CES 2025 up first. We have LG up next.
I've seen things people wouldn't believe.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Brian. This is Tech Therapy. Thank you so much for joining me. We're here in Las Vegas at CES 2025 to bring you all the latest from your favorite TV manufacturers. Up first, we have LG with the LG G5, LG C5, and the rest of the QNED Mini LED lineup. Without further ado, let's check out LG at CES 2025. Thank you so much for watching. Alright guys, let's do it. LG G5, the clear star of LG's 2025 TV lineup. The replacement for last year's very popular LG G4, which is my favorite TV by far. Now, we all speculated and now we have it confirmed that micro lens array, or MLA, is not included on the LG G5. That is the feature that we discussed for the last few years on the G series and what really set it apart from any other W OLED. Now, LG kept its cards very close to the chest in regards to the technology that is in the LG G5. We've talked about 4-layer or 4-stack OLEDs for the last few months. Mum was the word in anything really regarding LG at CES 2025. So speculation will only continue to increase about the technology that's in the LG G5, but it does look phenomenal, extremely impressive. There wasn't much in terms of demo material on any of the TVs that were in the showcase. And what I mean by that is I can differentiate it in person as I've seen this demo material before, but it's hard for me to convey that to you because it isn't as impactful as some of the demo material that we've seen in the past from LG. Most of the discussion around the G5 is in its processing. The Alpha 11 Gen 2, which has been retooled for the G5, it's really about upscaling picture processing, accuracy, and then vibrancy, peak brightness, and then efficiency. Great combination if you can push the panels harder, make them brighter and more impactful for HDR, but then be more efficient and hopefully for you guys more affordable at the same time. We also now have 165 Hz gaming over last year's amazing 144 Hz, which is perfect for you PC gamers out there. And also having NVIDIA G-Sync certification, super important with VRR at 165 Hz. I'm also very happy that there is a 40-inch G5 now to go with the 55, 65, 77, and also 83. However, that will lack the same technology that you have seen in the other sizes. Moving on to the LG C5. Now, I personally own the LG C4, love that TV last year, and the C5 here definitely looks brighter than last year's C4. Using their Pixel Booster technology, things are always a bit better each year incrementally with the C series. The C4 also had Dolby Vision Filmmaker mode and 144 Hz gaming last year. That returns again this year. Now there are more sizes available than on the G series. You have 42, 48. However, much like last year's C4, the 42 and 48 inch does not have the pixel booster technology. So expect that same upgrade in brightness that you saw from the C3 to the C4, now to the C5. Now again, a lot of the information in regards to the C5 and even the G5 is very vague, so we again will see more when we have hands-on time with it. David from LG is going to go through some of the changes to webOS, a lot of customizable features here with different profiles for each family member, as well as a chatbot that acts as a customer service rep from LG. Does answer some pretty basic questions that a lot of people would ask that are unfamiliar with TVs in general. Cool feature to have. It does work well even on last year's TVs. Also very happy to see the QNED92, as I do feel what's even more important than the LG G5 is what they do with the QNED lineup to continue to put out mini LEDs that can compete with the best in the business. We definitely want to see more offerings from LG versus less, and the QNED92 looks excellent. It's sitting next to a 100-inch QNED85, which we'll see momentarily, but I was very impressed with what I saw from the QNED92. I like the QNED lineup in the last few years, just wish they spent a little more time and resources on it. Maybe this is the year that it breaks through to the masses. Now moving on to the QNED 85, which is 100 inches. This is a replacement for last year's excellent QNED 89, which was 98 inches. I did a full review on that TV. Really enjoyed it. I'm glad they came back with it. Now, the naming scheme is a little odd, as the number 85 is obviously lower than 89. The reason they did that is to have more vertical integration from their lineups, so you can actually see the other sizes from the QNED 85 all the way through, where the QNED 89 had a different distinction than the smaller sizes last year, which was very confusing. Very important for LG to have something in 100 inches. Actually, very important for all manufacturers to look forward to LEDs and mini LEDs at this size. And again, I was impressed with last year's 89 at 98 inches. Can't wait to review the 100-inch 85, as it is impressive, and we'll see the smaller size in comparison to the year before right now. You can see here the QNED 85 is definitely more vibrant than last year's model. And I'm glad they are looking to put more resources and more time in their LED and mini LED lineups. Very important to be as diversified as possible. Now, like the C4 using the Alpha 9 processor Gen 2, you also see the Alpha 8 AI processor Gen 2. So all the processors are being retooled this year from last year to give you processing improvements, again, upscaling in picture quality. And for you guys watching, do you look to LG to get your next mini LED, or is it only OLED from LG for you guys? Are they a company that you look to in that regard? For me, again, as I mentioned before, very important to have more than just the G5 and the C5. Having mini LED offerings now is more important than ever, but there is competition from all angles. So I'm glad to see that the QNEDs were not left out of this showcase for us. Also, massive difference in size when you see a 100-inch TV, even on a smaller table than the TV beside it. They are becoming the norm. You have to get with the program, and LG is here to show us that they are committed to moving forward with QNED. Now, lastly, with QNED, we do have a wireless version this year, the QNED9M. Last year, we had the M4 OLEDs that were wireless. Excellent to see them also commit to a wireless option for the QNED lineup. Very cool to have the TV just kind of sitting there, hovering without anything connected to it. Lossless sound, no frames missing, nothing interrupted. Very cool option, and also shows again that commitment to the QNED lineup, where I thought perhaps they were abandoning it this year. Now, asking you guys, is something wireless important to you? Was the M4 series important to you last year? Would this QNED be an option? It's not the top of the line in the QNED's lineup, so it will be more affordable than the OLEDs from the year before, or even the highest end QNED. But is that wireless option something you look forward to as we look over now to the 83-inch M5, which is a wireless OLED, basically a wireless G5. Now, what are your thoughts on LG's offerings this year? Again, the information from me is very vague, as the information from them is very vague, so I can only say so much about what they're showing us. But again, like last year, I'm more excited about the G5 and the technology hidden within it. That's what I'm most excited about. Much like last year's amazing G4, the G5 for me is the star of LG's lineup and the TV I'll be looking most closely at. And as I mentioned earlier, the demo material wasn't very impactful for me to be able to really show you what I see in person. So it's not really going to translate on the camera, but it is very impressive and definitely more vibrant than last year's amazing LG G4. But I also feel, to go back around, the QNED lineup right here, the QNED92, is equally as important as the LG G5 for LG's future in moving forward to be one of the top manufacturers in the business. All right, guys, that wraps up my LG CES 2025 coverage. I want to apologize, my voice sounds like James Earl Jones, Darth Vader. I am struggling with a bit of a cold, but I am powering through it for you guys to bring you the latest coverage. What are your thoughts on LG? Please let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Brian from Brian's Tech Therapy. Please consider liking and subscribing. Love you guys. Take care. See you in the next one.
It's better to burn out than to fade away. There can be only one.